Well, welcome to Monks Alive. It is Monday. It's 5 o'clock Central Time. I think for Max, it must be about 4 o'clock out in Wyoming. But looking forward to having him on the show. Looking forward to sharing with you guys and just having a lot of fun. Got several things that we can talk about, but you never really know which way this thing's going to go. So right now, let's get this guy up here. Let's get Max on the line. Hey there, friend.
How you doing, Dan?
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm well. Yourself?
Not bad. Hey, once in a while I get a little twinge, and it kind of shocks me. But then I go, oh, okay, I'm all right. I'll go take an aspirin real quick and hope for the best.
Do they have a heart monitor, or did they put a pacemaker in, or anything?
No, but they did give me some nitro in case I needed it.
Okay.
So
all right.
All right. You never know.
You never know.
Now, I'll tell you, it really concerns me every time I think, well, I want to get up to the mountain. I want to get up to the mountain, and then I go, oh, but I'm going to be by myself. And, I don't know. It's frustrating. It just is.
It is. It is. I got a good friend. He's a young guy, actually. And they put a pacemaker in him, and it freaked him out. And it took him for a year to get used to having that thing, because he would feel it when it would shock him. He'd feel it when it would regulate his heart.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And he would start, his mind would start playing games with him. What happens if it goes off?
My father-in-law has one of those, and he knows when it hits him. So,
yeah. It's a whole new normal, isn't it?
Yeah. Now, it sure is. I mean, it's really cramping my style.
Yes. Well, we got Grateful Trekker on here. I want to welcome him real quick. Yeah, I'll tell you. Oh, allergic to bees. He's allergic to bees. So, I guess EpiPens are also something to think about. And, after my little incident and going in the hospital, they said it was an allergic reaction, but I don't know allergic to what. And they don't know what it is.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. My wife is allergic to bees too. So, and she will go, if she gets stung, she'll go into anaphylactic shock. So,
yeah. And I had another friend that she was allergic to shellfish, and I thought, okay, so it makes you uncomfortable, So what's it's not uncomfortable, but what's the big deal? And then all of a sudden you realize, no, it is a big deal. It's a big deal. It's more than just being uncomfortable. It can get you. So yeah. Well, you had a video recently, right?
Yeah,
didn't you do
I put out that snake gator video, and last week I put out a review on that hunter's backpack that they sent me, and I wore that out in the desert here just a few days, about a week ago now, and it is so comfortable. I've never had a budget backpack that is that comfortable.
Really?
Yeah, it's something else.
and it had, if I remember right, it has the waterproof zippers on there.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Well, I would call them water resistant. I wouldn't call them waterproof, but they are. Yeah. They have the rubber closure on the zipper, so when you zip it up, it rubber flap comes over top of it. So,
I'm not sure anything is waterproof.
No, I'm not even waterproof.
Well, no, I'm not. And I don't have to worry about melting either. I'm not made of sugar. I know that. I've proven that because I might float, but I don't melt. So.
I won't even cross a stream without taking my boots off and putting on my water shoes to walk across because I don't want to have wet feet all day.
Yeah. I wear these ultra long peaks, and they will dry in about 2 hours of hiking. So anymore when I'm at a water crossing, I don't bother taking my shoes off. So I just I go right across it in 2 hours. Now in 2 weeks, I'm going to Colorado to do a hike.
Yeah. That water is going to be cold when you cross it. That's going to be cold.
Yeah. Gratefully,
I know the creeks around here are like ice cold.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm going, my brother's coming out to here, and then he and I are going to drive on over to Colorado and meet Tim and Nicole. And Nicole, she told me to make sure that we put crampons because we're going to be going across some snowfields while we're there. And I mean, it's in the 80s here. It's like it's hard for me to imagine going across snowfields. Yeah. It's going to be fun. I'm excited.
Yeah. Yeah, we got lots of snow still left in the mountains up here. So I haven't been up yet to check and see if it's down in my normal hiking area or if it's above that. From the house, I can from the house I can see the mountains, and it looks like it's like 10,000 and above right now. And I usually do my hiking between 8,000 and 9,000 up there. So there's probably some drifts and stuff left, but that'd be probably about it. I still want to get up there, but I'm just worried about it.
Yeah, I know. I wish I could be there and go with you. That's what I really would like to do.
Don't worry about that.
Well, it's just gotta.
I
went out tonight and did a.
I'll get there. I'll get there eventually.
Yeah.
Even if it's to scatter my ashes on the mountains, you know.
Well, you know, I told you that my brother wants me to do that for him. PTL and Rerun, they're in the chat room here. They both went over to Virginia to the Appalachian Trail.
Yes.
Did the Triple Crown. One of those peaks is called McAfee Knob, and that's where my brother wants me to scatter his ashes off of McAfee Knob. So I hope I'm able to actually climb that space. So,
yeah.
Oh my.
Is that the one that has the rock jutting out over the edge? Is that it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's McAfee Knob. That's the one that has it out.
Oh, okay.
Everybody dangles their feet.
Yeah,
you know.
That'd be a good place.
Yeah.
That'd be a good eternal place. Yeah.
Speaking of you know, the criminal here. There he is. There's PTL.
We see you, Ken. Of course, there he is.
Can you hear me?
I said, there he is.
Yeah. Look, you're gone. Where are you? Where'd you go? Come back up here. There you are. Grateful saying that it's a good hike, but a hard rock scramble up to McAfee Knob. Is that the way it is, Ken? Is that the way you remember it?
Maxie Knob. Where's that?
McAfee knob.
McAfee knob. Yeah, it was a little rocky. It wasn't too bad, I don't think, but there was some rocky sections.
Yeah, you didn't think Dragon's Tooth was too bad.
Oh boy. When I was up there in 2020, it was a little shaky. That's pretty high up, and you get up on top. One side, you're looking down to where you were standing. At the bottom, that view of the rock going way up. But you look up the other side, and there's no bottom. It just goes straight down a long way. Ooh. And I'm a little.
Boy, now we're all popping in and out. I don't know what's going on.
There we go.
Are you hearing me?
Yeah, I hear you.
So I was up there this time. Boy, I was literally a little shaky up there. It was.
You sounded like it on your video.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
everybody's
you were
popping in and out.
Sorry, man. Everything's good on this end. It may be the connection.
I'm gonna try to get some light.
Maybe it's me. I don't know.
It may be. Yeah, everything seems to be good. I hear you. I hear PTO. But yeah, if I didn't know if you were doing the for the effect of it all, saying that it was shaky up there, or if you really were. I knew I would be.
Going up, I had no problem because as you're going up, you're focused on the little rock in front of you. It's this wide. You're focused on moving up, and you're not really paying attention. Then you get up there and you start looking around. Oh boy! And then you turn around. You got to go down that little thing, but you can see the floor on each side.
Yep, that's the part that I don't like. I didn't like it when I went. No, I didn't like it.
Did you? So you went up then?
Yeah, I went up there, but I didn't like it at all. And then once you're up there, the bad part is, you got to come back down it again.
You got to come down.
I did not like it at all.
No, I know I wouldn't like it.
I tell you, it's real dicey, Max. I think, and I'm starting to lose my ability to balance well.
Yeah.
And I don't like it. I get to thinking about the knife's edge and climbing across that again, and I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. Oh, I'm going to put this guy up here. This is Grateful Trekker, and if anyone, he's got a great channel, and I just looking, and he deserves a whole lot more subscribers than he's got. So Grateful Trekker is a good guy, good channel, and just let him be up there below us a little bit. Guess where he's going there, PPL?
Okay.
What's that?
Guess where Grateful Trekker's going?
Where's that?
It's up on the screen. Do you see it?
I'm gonna write him down here.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna do our trail.
Awesome. I would love to do that trail again.
I would too.
Maybe I'll get Rerun to join me.
Yeah, that would. Yeah. I'd see how he feels going up. What was that one?
Heartbreak Ridge. Yep.
Oh. Well, I've got a feeling that next spring, if I get to go to Spain and do that, that will probably be my last long hike, is what I'm guessing. And long hike being anything over 30 miles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a good one, Dan.
The
Camino?
The Camino? Yeah. I'm looking forward to it. I'm really looking.
When you can stay, you don't have to camp. You can stay in places, which is nice.
Yeah. Actually, you're discouraged from camping.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should stay in hostels. They call them albergues, hostels. And then, and everything is sort of set up for the pilgrims. So when you go to restaurants, they have a pilgrim's menu that's pretty reasonable price. They try to take care of you along the way. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So, yeah. So, yeah, he's planning on going to Bartram after that. I was going to tell Max, I just went on a little overnighter last week, Ken, back to a little section, didn't do the whole thing of, yeah, you're right. The fiery, I'm chasing squirrels here. The Grateful Trekker saying, if he recalls Fiery Gizzard. Fiery Gizzard was fun. That was a really pretty one. And Ken, you would like it too. It's a great name too, Fiery Gizzard. But anyway, I went out on the river trail last week just for an overnighter. But I found a trailhead that I had never found before. And I just sort of went to that trailhead and went in a little bit, spent the night, and then came back out. Because I just wanted the night to get away. I was going to do a night lapse of the Milky Way. And I'll show that to you guys if you want to see it.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to do a night lapse of the Milky Way. The clouds rolled in about 1:30 in the morning. But it was still pretty. So here it is. Let me show this to you.
All right.
Was, you can see the jets flying through, and then you start to see the Milky Way on the left just sort of start to move up.
Yeah.
And then the clouds.
Then the clouds came in. Yeah.
Yeah. And that was pretty much it. It's clouded over.
Yeah. Still a great time lapse. What the heck?
You caught my wife's attention. She didn't come all the way around, but she poked her head to see it, Dan.
Well, she can do it. So you can turn it on again. We'll do it again. Tell her to come on around.
Oh,
there it is.
Play it back. He's doing it again, Sue.
Yeah. Just for you.
Okay, I'm ready.
There it is.
You see it?
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, it's really pretty.
Clouds. What time was that, Dan?
That was from 11 o'clock until 3 o'clock.
What an awesome shot. How did
Yeah.
you get the clouds in that darkness?
Well, you have to turn the shutter speed way low. That's 10 seconds to leave the shutter open in between each picture. And so you have every 12 seconds you're taking a new picture, and then you stitch those together. There's over 3,000 pictures in that.
Awesome. So it's pictures, and then you piece it together afterward.
And then you stitch it together in post. Yeah. So,
Nice. Boy, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
Good job.
And then I was doing something I was thinking of Max. And Max, this is what I was thinking with your ZVE. You have a ZVE 1, right? That's what you use.
ZV1, yeah.
Yeah. So and it's got a fixed lens on it, right? You can't change the lens.
Right. Right.
So what I did was I was thinking, all right, if I was there, if I had a telephone, whether I'm using a telephone or whether I'm using something like what you have, if I only have one lens, how could I get a very clear picture from across the whole depth of field, right? Because typically if you focus up front, you get that good picture. If you focus in the back, everything up front's blurry, right? And so what I did something called a focus stack. You ever heard of that?
No.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
Okay, I took. Let me turn Trekker off for here a second. Oh, here we are. Well, maybe
while you're turning them off, Grateful Trekker, I tried to hit the link when you did Monk, and it didn't work. It's saying not found, but I'll find you. Who's going to subscribe?
Yeah, if you just search Grateful Trekker, it'll come up.
Okay.
But yeah, what I did, if you look at this in the very front, you see this little bush there sticking.
Yeah, I just caught it.
Okay, so I focused on that, and you see everything in behind it's blurred out, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So then the next thing I did was I took a picture and I focused just on the rocks.
Yep.
Mhm.
And so everything in the front's blurred out, and then the trees in the far back aren't as sharp as they should be. And so then I focused on the trees in the far back, and you can see that they're a little bit better. And I took all three of those images and I stuck them together in what's called a focus stack. And this is what I got.
Nice.
And so you see that all the way through, from the front to the back, it's in focus. And you can do that with a camera on your phone, or you can do that with any camera. You just change your focus point.
For each picture, you take 3 pictures.
Yeah. Take 3 pictures, and then it will let you merge it together.
Does the merge become one? So if you're going to do a series, does 3 pictures become one, and then you would link together a whole bunch of those?
You could do that. I didn't do. I took 3 pictures and made one. So if you take these 3 pictures, that one, and that one, then I merged them together to make that one. So that's just one picture. Now
I like that.
I also did it with the Milky Way. So what I did was I took a picture called the blue hour, just before it gets really dark, and so I could get the foreground there, the trees and that's the river, that's the Elk River.
Yeah.
And it's pretty dark, but it's not too bad. And then I took a picture of the Milky Way. And then I put them together.
Nice.
So now you've got
Looks good.
Yeah.
That's very nice.
Those are called stacks, and you can take any camera and do that with them. So you can do some really neat stuff with these cameras.
Yeah.
Any
So
camera.
are you telling it when you stack it, Dan, what part of the picture you want? Because in the first picture, only that little bush is clear.
Yeah.
So how does it know to pick up the background in the second picture?
It just does it. I don't know. Everybody
itself?
now. It does that in the editing software, and it'll when you edit it, and almost any editing will do that. You just go to what's called stacking.
Yeah.
And it may break it out and say this is a focus stack. And there's different types of stacks. And so mine actually will break them out. So I throw them into a focus stack. And it will give me a box, and I'll drop all 3 pictures in that box and hit go. And that's when the computer does its, and I don't have to do that.
I'm playing around trying to see where that picture behind me is, trying to get it in, but I'm blocking it. My big head is blocking it.
Yeah, all 3 pictures have to be from a tripod and of the exact same.
That's right. Same picture. Put it on a tripod. Just like mine, you touch the screen and it will focus on that wherever you're, touch focus.
Right.
The screen, touch the screen, touch the screen. You take those 3 pictures that are really exactly the same, because if there's any shake or movement in it, that messes it up.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it would show up in the picture if there was any movement on any of the 3.
Yeah. If it's a windy day, it's hard.
Yeah.
It's really hard. But you can do it if you raise your shutter speed up really high, so that you're freezing it. But even if you do that, there's slight movements in between each picture. So like if you're doing bushes or something.
Yeah.
But I just wanted you to, hey, you can do amazing stuff with that camera, any camera.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, the camera is more capable than its owner. I want to tell you that.
That's my problem. That's my problem. I got that on every one of them. My little cameras. I've got ND filters to go on the cameras.
Yeah.
Which are like sunshades for cameras. And so for video, since you have to have the shutter speed twice the frame rate, so we shoot in 24 frames per second, shutter speed needs to be 1/48 of a second, or 1/50. Then if it's bright and sunny outside, it makes it hard. So you can put filters on your screen and or on your lens and make it a whole lot better. So
Oh yeah, yeah.
So you just take your lens.
Especially with video.
Yeah, video more so than photo.
Yeah, photos. I found that I don't need an ND filter for the photos. I just adjust the shutter speed and the aperture, and I get a really good picture. But on video, the ND filters really help.
Yeah, they make all the difference because you can put this one's a variable, so you can take and you can change the ND filter. But for photos, the things that you can do too is you can raise your shutter speed. So, like what I'm planning to do when I go to Colorado, there's some waterfalls there, and what I want to do is take my camera. I want to reduce the shutter speed to like a second, so it's open for a second, and so you just the waterfall, instead of looking like water, it looks like almost lava. I mean, you see that milky, smooth thing. Well, you can do that by putting an ND filter on it, and then you can lower your shutter speed without blowing out, your picture. Because if you didn't, you just have this white.
Yeah.
So yeah, lots of fun. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm learning slowly but surely. So
the fun part of it. I am too, and I'm just having a blast, just getting out and learning this stuff and sharing it, because it's, I can't scramble up Dragon's Tooth anymore like what PTO does.
We had a good. We had a really good time. We joined you guys one night.
Yeah. That was good.
Yeah,
that was great. That was great to have. So, see, have you ever caught on camera the green flash? No, I have not. I guess you'd have to have a really fast shutter speed to catch the green flash on there.
Well, I haven't heard that in a long time. Good old Coast Guard days.
Yeah.
Out in the middle of the Pacific Ocean in a 95-foot patrol boat, waiting for that green flash.
Yep. Oh my. Yeah, that's a long time ago.
Next adventure coming up. I'm following Christian Morgan. He set the fastest known time Sobo last year, supported by Iceman. And, he's on trail. He's day 10 today.
Oh
he's
my!
Up somewhere north of Grayson Highlands already.
No kidding. Day 10.
What's that?
On day 10.
Day 10, north of Grayson Highlands.
That's insane.
Averaging about 55 miles a day. and he's got a tracker. You can follow him, and you can see where I'm not sure how to pronounce his name. I always say Kari or something like that, Sabe. But where he was in 2018, so you can see where he was and where Christian is, and he's staying ahead of him, not by a lot, but he's ahead of him by, around 4 hours, 5 hours or so.
Wow!
But he's, oh my word! I really hope for him he can keep it going. I know he was ahead of him through Vermont in 2000, I think it was 22, and then he had a couple rough days and backed off the pace and finished with the second fastest known time on the trail. And then last year he was a little slower than the year before, but he got the fastest Sobo time. So he's actually in the fastest known time books for that. But Iceman's out there supporting him right now. And I may get a chance to relieve Iceman for a few days coming up pretty soon.
So you'll be out there supporting him. And how do you do that, Ken? What does that require?
I'm not positive, and I hope I don't mess up whatever it is, because this is serious stuff. Iceman has a pop-up on his truck.
Yeah.
So he meets him at the end of the day. He has other support as well that takes care of his food and his feet and a lot of other stuff. But I know for Ice, the main thing is to be at the spot he's going to finish the day, so that and set up that pop-up, and he just climbs up. He climbs in the tent. Probably around 7, 8 o'clock he's in, and then you climb in the back of the truck, go to sleep, and you're up at 3. This year he's starting early. Last year he was up at 4 on the trail by 4:15. His tracker's starting this year at like 3:30, so he must be up at 3:15 though, and on the trail by
My goodness.
and he goes until about 7, 8 o'clock. A couple nights ago he was out there until 9 o'clock.
So his support team, he doesn't have to worry about setting up and tearing down camp. His support team's going to take care of that. He's there.
Takes care of that. The only thing is there's sections where, if you're doing 55 miles, there's no road crossing. And so somehow I'm not sure. This is one of the things I have a question of. I know there's times where he'll stay at a shelter. I'm not sure if the prior road crossing, they give him stuff and he carries it there. And then the morning, the first road, they pick it up. I know Iceman has been able to get close to tent sites or shelters, and he'll hike in a mile to the trail, meet him at the tent site. And I'm not sure if he just brings his gear and then hikes out and comes back and gets it in the morning, or does he camp there, bring 2 tents and camp with them for the night. So I'll find that out hopefully before they start, before I get there, I mean.
Yeah. I can see where that would be stressful.
Yeah.
For you. I mean, to knowing that you're there.
It's everything I love. I'll do whatever they want me to do. If it's hiking in somewhere with gear, I'll do it. If it's bringing food, if it's setting up the pop-up, whatever they want me to do, I'll be willing to do. And but it's the not knowing. And, I give the old story when I was a young boy taking the bus for the first time. My mother's telling me, you just get on the bus and you go to town, you pull the lever when you want him to stop. Well, what if he doesn't stop? How does he know? What if it doesn't work? What if I hit it at the wrong time? And a million questions. What if? All the worries. And I'm still like that. The joke in my family is when I get nervous about what if the bus won't stop?
Yep. But that's actually that's probably what he needs, is someone who's checking and rechecking and triple checking to make sure that they've got what they need where he needs it. I remember
Iceman is good at that. He knows the trail inside and out. He's very good at finding places and getting to them.
Yeah. Those guys are trail angels. They truly are. And it's good. And you are too. So there you go.
Yeah.
Max, you've had some nice pictures out there. Some of your recent posts.
Oh, yeah.
Getting out in the desert.
Yeah. I just went out recently and took some more in a different location out in the desert. I wanted to get out while everything was still green, because shortly it's going to all turn brown.
Yeah.
So, and it looks so different in the spring when it's green, and then that all goes away.
Is it similar to here with flowers or wildflowers? Is spring the best time to see desert flowers?
Oh yeah. I got some paintbrush this time out, and some other flowers that I don't know what they are.
Yeah. Yeah, it was real nice on the when we were doing the Triple Crown. When we started south of Dragon's Tooth, there's a lot of mountain laurel in that area. And it was just, you'd see a few little flowers here and there. By the time we finished our hike, 6 days later, mountain laurel was like really popping. It was beautiful. But as we we're going up the no up to McAfee. Very little rhododendron. We're coming down on the other side. Rhododendron was everywhere, and it was in full bloom. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
And a lot of other wildflowers on the trail. It was
Yeah.
really a good time to be on it.
Yeah, when you show.
Oh, go ahead.
I was just looking at Ken's pictures on his video of the rhododendron and the flowers and I was homesick. It just made me homesick. I wanted to be out there. Really, really.
Yeah. You don't have any rhododendrons around here, so.
But you got some rock carns.
Yeah. The one photo I've got coming up in my video, I had to mention it that it was growing right out of some natural fertilizer.
Oh no!
It was a cow patty.
Yeah. Oh. I think reruns back.
Pretty little flower growing right out of the middle of it.
Yeah. Oh, there's been some pretty flowers here. The prairie flowers down here bloomed, and they're just gorgeous. But yeah, I was when I did this little overnighter. It was right after I watched Ken's video, and I was so homesick for the trail. I told Connie, I said, I gotta go. I just need to go out for a night. Just a night. So well, I didn't know that Brad had a firefly. I need to. If you haven't watched As a Crow Flies Hiking, he's a good guy too. He's hilarious. He is hilarious. Crazy guy. So yeah. Does he have he has the link or no?
I'm not sure.
Well, I'm gonna put it. Let's see. Where do I put it?
I know you've done it in the chat before.
I have. I'm gonna put it in the chat and see if he can. If he can't just click on the link, or maybe he has to copy it and paste it. But there it is. So yeah, I'd like to hear Rerun talk about his experience from the trail. But
so I had a few more posts coming from that trip. A number of them from the hike. Some in between days. Going down to a campsite, from campsite to campsite. Then you got McAfee will come up. You have one going to Tinker Cliffs, and then the hike out. But I have a couple other ones in between. I'm wearing his hat for A Minute on the Mountain. I won this hat on one of his drawings, so I love this hat. But,
yeah.
Shout out to him. But so I have I also won in that drawing a ReadyWise meal. It's kind of like a Mountain House meal, and teriyaki chicken. He said it's not very spicy. He likes spicy food, but I'm a plain. I like things plain-o. So I tried that on trail and did a shout out to him and a taste test on the ReadyWise meal. It was pretty good. I liked it. It didn't need any spice. But we also met a neat Christian couple. They're missionaries to Brazil. And I interviewed them, and then later they told us a Bible story, and it's Brazil is Portuguese. So he said it in Portuguese, she said it in English, translated to English. And I said afterward, I was like, oh, I didn't film it. I wish I filmed it. The next day we're in camp early, and here they come down the hill. So I asked them to do one again, and I filmed that, and along with interviewing them and then their story, I put that together to a post that'll come out eventually.
Okay.
Yeah. And
very nice.
And then we did trail magic afterwards. So I have a couple of trail magic videos to follow. Okay. So I got quite a few scheduled out until early July right now.
Yeah, that would be nice. I got two. I've got one that's ready to come out next Friday. I have another one that I'm working on right now that will be that night video and sort of talks about how to do some of these things. And then not sure what else I'm going to do. I need another one before I hit Colorado.
I like that one you did in the fog. That was cool.
Yeah, that was so pretty. That was so pretty.
I just like the texture of that. It was really, really unique.
Yeah. I want to do more of those. That doesn't happen much here. And so the morning I was going to go out, I told my wife, I said, I'm going to go out to this tree grove. It's probably 45 miles out from here. And I said, I'm going to go to this tree grove and just sort of take some pictures of some trees. And I got up that morning and it was foggy. And I said, man, if the fog just will hold until I can get there. Well, it did. It did. And well, thank you. I had a lot of fun with that one.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. It would really look nice.
I hope you'll do more of those. I want to do some slow motion video of wildlife with my long range lens, with that great big lens, because I don't go hiking with that lens. that thing is a monster. There's Rerun.
Hi.
Yeah, that big monster. I can't do that. How you doing, Rerun?
Oh, we're just at work right now. But yeah, doing pretty good though.
Have you recovered
Yep.
from? Now, did you go up on Dragon?
Not all the way, but PTL did. He's much more braver than I am. That's for sure.
Smart. He
You're
got
just
up
very-
to the
Yeah, that's
first
very
part,
smart.
right behind me.
That's right behind you. Didn't go up all the way though.
Yeah.
Oh,
His dad couldn't see me on the top rock where he was from, so he said I didn't actually make the top.
Oh, you did. I took that. I
was
took
kidding.
that picture and everything, and I got proof, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Oh, fun. Yeah. That's too much for me. That's really neat. I was up changing out light bulbs at the church. There's a couple of floodlights that flood up, and one of them burned out. So I climbed up and I'm sitting on the roof. I've straddled the roof, Max, and I'm change out these bulbs. And it was stupid. It was a stupid move because now to get off the roof, I have to turn around and then come back down the ladder. And I don't know how to turn around. I'm up there on the pinnacle of the roof. I mean, I'm my legs are on one of each side of the roof, and here I am. And I'm supposed to turn around. And the guy down on the bottom, he said, well, just flip around, just turn around. And I said, no, I can't turn around. I'm going to fall off this roof.
No, I don't do roofs.
Oh my!
That's funny. When I was a kid, I worked for a roofer, and I won't go up on them now.
Yeah. No, I don't like them. I don't like them. Oh, so Ken, you missed the Northern Lights?
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah.
I missed them too.
Actually, that missionary couple was camping with us that night, and when I went into my tent, they said they were going to get up and check it out. It was the clouds kept rolling in, and I think the clouds came in and blocked it. But I said, if you get up and you see them, they were going to be up from between 9 and 11 to see if they could see it. I usually wake up easy. I never heard them, but I asked her if they were awake and they saw them to wake me up. But we had a lot of tree cover and cloud cover, so it was hard to get an open view.
Yeah. I went out, but I mean, I'm going to show you what I saw because it wasn't a whole lot other than it was weird.
Yeah.
But this is it.
Yeah.
Oh wow,
it was
that's
just
pretty cool.
Just
it was just everything was that color
Yeah. Beautiful.
and it didn't. I mean, Connie and I went out there. We were trying to get pictures of it, and that's what we got. It was
Yeah.
just pink.
What
So
you thought? Could you see it with the without the camera, with the eye?
yeah.
Yep.
But it was, that was sort of the color, and it was the whole sky was like that. It wasn't so much that it was just in the north. You know, we were stationed in Wisconsin when I was on active duty,
Yeah.
and there, when everything was just right in the wintertime, you could see them, and it was really cool. It was really cool. So
Hey, Rewan, I'm curious your perspective of trail magic. So we got to do some trail magic a couple days after our hike, and it was really well. But I'm doing it from one point of view. It was nice having Rerun and his dad. I'm doing it cooking, so I'm making sausage, egg, and cheese on the grill, putting it on a bun, and then you pass it on to Rerun. In the meantime, he's getting drinks for, this is, again, what I'm seeing. He's behind me getting drinks, offering them drinks, talking to hikers. His dad's sitting in a chair behind me, and I didn't even realize it for a while. Every time I got low on supplies, he's throwing up more eggs, more sausage. It was like a smooth machine, and we fed a lot of hikers. So what was your perspective on all that from your view?
First and foremost, this is great. This is my first time ever doing trail magic, and I mean, I would definitely do it again in a minute. I was talking with a camper yesterday, and he was up in the Shenandoahs, and him, Dinner Bell, and Chit Chat had over 100 hikers in 2 days.
Awesome.
And I was like, wow. But yeah, just seeing the through hikers being so appreciative, that was just awesome. They're very thankful for that hot meal, and I mean, like I said, I would definitely do it again, and that was a lot of fun. And I mean, it was just amazing to see people and just to talk to them, and especially the Christian couple who were just awesome people, and it's great talking to them. But yeah, my perspective on it, I would definitely do it again in a minute. I really would. And it was just awesome.
I actually saw some pictures from Chris Oconai, Alpha Gal's post with camper Chit Chat and Dinner Bell. So they caught, he was doing a section hike, and they happened to catch. I think he was with his wife on that hike. I can't remember, but they caught them doing trail magic, so that was pretty neat.
Cool. Yeah, they're up in the Shenandoah area over Memorial Day, and he was telling me that they were serving like pancakes, sausages during the day. Then in the evening time, or afternoon, I should say, like cold beer, all kinds of stuff. But I mean, that's awesome too. I think that's wonderful what Dinner Bell and Chit Chat Camper, do for the hiking community, and just to do it myself, to experience it for myself was just amazing and very fulfilling, very rewarding. Done that, and I would definitely do it again. I really would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad that they showed that they appreciated it, because it is a big thing, as you guys know. It's a big thing to be able to get out there and all of a sudden get this surprise of something that's hot and cooked, instead of not a dehydrated meal.
Yeah. But yeah, that experience was just amazing, and just to do that for them was a true blessing. And I mean, I would not change it for the world.
We had a nice mix of drinks. We had picked up juice, orange juice, and cranberry juice, and then we had the normal soda and Gatorade, and the juices in the morning went really well, so that was good.
Oh yeah.
And then we had Little Debbie's, and those went well. Everything did. It was really good. We had a good spot and a couple
That was
tarps.
an excellent spot.
Yeah.
Good. Very
I was
good.
talking with Screwball a little bit, and I don't know if you saw that video, Ken, but he said that I guess his wife's retired now, and I'm assuming he's retired.
Yeah.
And they're selling their house, going full-time RVing. So I'm hoping to hopefully catch up to him here this summer and try to hike with him, hopefully.
Well,
That would be awesome. I was concerned about them. I know there was some type of
I was
health
too.
issue in the family, and then all of a sudden they're selling their house. Never really found out why, and then that post actually cleared everything up. They're doing well, and
Oh yeah, definitely
sounds
are.
like they're going to go into RVing. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with Screwball, but Screwball hiked in 2020. He's the one that sent Iceman my way. And,
Yeah.
I just reminded him. He sent me Iceman my way in 2020, and then 2 years in a row, I saw Iceman on trail when I'm feeding hikers, following his example. And then this year, I may see Iceman again if they make it up to Pennsylvania. So, but anyway, the reason they're selling the home is because they're doing the RV thing. They're gonna get a small traveling camper and travel the country for a few years. It sounds like selling everything and gonna do the travel mode for a few years. That sounds exciting.
It does. That sounds really. I could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, my parents, they have a fifth wheel, and I kid you not, guys, it's like a hotel on wheels. It's so nice. I mean, I can't wait. It's hard to put into words, but it's really a nice camper. Like they do like camp hosting stuff like that. But I mean, they just basically park and hook up their stuff, and that's it. They just live in there.
It's a good way to do it, camp hosting and travel around to different places in the country and enjoy it for a while.
Yeah. If Tony was on here, he'd be able to tell you all about it.
Does he do camp hosting?
I don't think he does camp hosting, but he
travels.
He travels all the time with his.
Yeah.
And now he's got a pull behind camper as well as his big motorhome. So I guess he's just gonna have a convoy.
My father-in-law had one of those giant fifth wheelers, and he called it minimum camping necessity. He was not an outdoorsman.
Yeah.
He didn't like bugs, and so that big RV was his minimum requirement. And he would tow a car behind it. So Dan, you got this giant RV with a car towing behind it. Oh boy.
No,
man. And they call it glamping now.
Yeah. That's what Tony's got his Jeep. Tony's got his Jeep that he pulls behind that RV. But now he's got that trailer to pull behind the Jeep. So I asked him, do you pull them all? And he said, well, in Washington State, it's illegal. So he has to take the Jeep off. And then his wife, I guess, drives. Is that right, Max? His wife drives the Jeep while he drives the big one? I think that's what they do.
I don't know. Yeah.
I think that's what he said.
But, I don't know if I'd want to tow a Jeep and that trailer behind the Jeep on the back of a motorhome. And it's just, it's getting long. That's as long as a semi truck.
It is. It is. Well, you got the semis that have the two trailers on the back of them. That's what it makes me think.
Well, can you imagine getting in a situation where you had to back that thing up?
No, can't. And
It's going to go in three different directions.
Yeah, they're definitely hard to back up for sure. My dad's had that problem so many times with this fifth wheel. He has to get it just right, or it's not going to be level enough.
Oh, yeah.
No, that's what And Tony said that the little pull trailer camper that he's got, it's hard to back up anyway because it's so light. It just you don't know which way it's going to go. Track well, but it's a cool looking thing. I like it. I like the looks.
Oh yeah, I mean that thing is neat.
Yeah, it's got extensions for it. So you got the base pop. It's
That
like
was
a pop
neat. I mean, I like how it's sectioned out like that. You know, it's just
Yeah.
yeah. It was.
Grateful says that when he was living in Washington,
It's a pretty cool system. It really is.
Yeah, it is. It's got vestibules that you can set up on the sides or on the back, and it's got a trailer or tent that sets up on the back, and then it's got the main cabin that pops up and out. So
yeah,
pretty cool. Rerun, what you got coming up next?
Oh, I'm not sure yet. I'm getting ready to get a new vehicle here pretty soon. And I'm hoping to hopefully go back out to Colorado sometime in August and do some more hiking. I definitely want to do another hike with you whenever you're available.
Yeah.
But other than that, not much else going on right now. But
okay. Yeah, I'd love
to get my other videos together from the AT and get that put out.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I've enjoyed watching you guys. I was feeling just sort of licking my wounds, wishing I could have been there with you.
It was a good time. It really was.
Good for you. Good for you. Your dad doing okay?
Yeah, he's doing good. Very good.
Good. That's good. Yeah. It was great to see all of y'all.
It was a lot of fun.
And Max, you said you got a video coming out with some photo stuff that you've done?
Yeah, okay. I got that coming up this week, probably the next day or two. I'll put that out, and then I have I don't know if I'll get that one done for this week or not. It is a gear review on a trail cam. So
okay. Well, that'd be fun. You know, I've got this trail cam, but I don't have any confidence in me. It's nothing wrong with the trail cam. It's me of actually using it. So I've used it one time.
I think it'd be handy to use at a camp.
I think so too.
I think it'd be handy to use at a camp to set it up, see what's moving around your campsite at night.
I was out on the Elk River Trail, and we lost rerun. I was out on the Elk River Trail, and I set up that trail cam and got that one fox that got that. I think it was a muskrat. That's what he got.
Yeah,
he's running the trail.
Yeah.
But that's the only time the only clip that it worked. I took it with me this time, and I got nothing. I know it's me. There he is. He's back.
I'm sorry.
You're fine.
When you said you got nothing, Dan, is it because of camera malfunction or there just wasn't anything?
My malfunction.
Okay.
It was operator error. Yeah. I won't blame me on it.
Well, another thought is just set it up in the backyard. You got running across there.
Well, Dave Collier is there.
Yeah.
And he has a bird bath back there, and he puts the trail camera right beside the bird bath and gets all these birds.
I know some people that do that. Actually, the guy I hiked with out in Michigan, John Osat, he puts one in the yard. He gets deer, he gets raccoons, he gets a whole bunch of animals, turkeys, but he gets a bunch of animals going through.
I'm afraid I'd be getting my neighbors. I'm afraid my neighbors might be running through my backyard. Oh, we got a rainstorm today. It was no kidding. I don't know if you got any rain up there, Rerun, but man,
I definitely heard it this morning.
we got blasted. We got about 3 inches in maybe 2 hours. Maybe 2 hours.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My driveway is a pond. It's just a pond.
I thought your driveway was on a slope.
It is, but it's sloping the wrong direction. It's sloping toward the house.
Oh, okay.
I called a concrete company this morning. I said, you guys have got to come out and look at this, because they did my neighbor's driveway. Man, it's pretty. They did a wonderful job with their driveway. I said, you got to come out and look at this, because I got a problem. They said, yeah, we can fix that. So that's what we're going to try to do, is fix that. Well, you have the last word, man. We're going to have to land the plane. So what have you got coming up?
Well, I got hopefully the replacing Iceman on the 18th for a week. And then Sue and I are planning a trip out to, I just noticed Grateful Trekker he did some bow hunting in Washington, Idaho. And we're heading to Washington to do some national parks in the summer. Yeah. And then I have later in the summer, and I'll keep bringing it up till it happens, hopefully a hike up in the Adirondacks later in the summer, early fall.
Good for you.
A lot going on. In the meantime, I'm cutting grass, cleaning yards. There's a lady, a widowed lady that I've been helping out, and her house was surrounded 3 sides covered in poison ivy. I mean, completely covered. And I actually sprayed it twice, killed it on the house. But if it's that ingrained in the yard and stuff, it's going to be still alive underground. Yeah. So I took the plunge this past week and went over and pulled it all off the house. I pulled some roots out of the ground, which came up with some live growth on them. Had a big bucket with a bag in it, put it all in there. I was covered up in gloves and asked for a lot of prayer when I did it. And thankfully, I got the rubber gloves off, threw them in the bag, threw it in the trash, and that was a week and a half ago, and I'm still clean.
Good for you.
Was in more poison ivy in my yard just recently, cutting back some bushes, and so far,
oh my,
taking precautions, covering up really well, and prayers were answered. I'm poison ivy free so far.
Nice. Yeah, Grateful saying when you get to Washington, if you get to Mount Rainier, my nephew, I had a nephew that he went to Washington State from his high school and his college years, he would go and volunteer for rescue on Mount Rainier, and then he joined the Army. He went to Ranger School. He was an officer, first lieutenant, and was in Afghanistan and was killed with a IED explosion. But Brian was just an amazing young man, but he loved Mount Rainier, and so I would like to get back up there and see it again too, just for Brian.
We are planning on going to the national park. Sue has a lot planned. I'll bring this thing up, but
very good. Well, guys, we're going to have to sort of land the plane, I think. And
I need to get out of here. I need to get back to work. So,
all right, Rerun.
Thank you for having me on.
Rerun, Ken, Dan, everybody, take care.
You too, Max. Take care of yourself. Ken, thanks for joining us. I'll send out the invites for next week. Then I will be on the road after that. I'll be gone week after next. But all right. Grateful. Good night, man. All of y'all.
Good night, everybody.
Stay healthy. Stay on the path. God bless you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.